Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I haven't spoken to you guys in forever. It feels nice to be back in front of the camera, you know, chit-chatting with you guys. Now this video is basically inspired by the video that I did maybe a year and a half ago. A lot of the relationship videos that I do are inspired by that video, simply because a lot of you guys email me concerning that video. Like even till today I still get so many emails about that video, and you know, I never knew, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I didn't think that it was going to be a video that would touch so many people, but I'm thankful that it did. So yeah, I just thought I would just talk to you guys, you know, have a little chin wag. There's a time and a season for everything in life, and this particular season should not be wasted. Obviously no season is permanent, so because you're not going to get this season again, I feel like we should make the most out of this time. This is the time for us to sort of develop ourselves. You know, I'm very big on self-development, because I feel like, what is the point of you getting into a relationship and you are a liability to that person? You should be an asset. You should add to that person. So in order for you to add to that person, in order for you to be valuable, you have to be able to bring something to the table. You have to be able to offer something. And when I say bring something to the table, I don't even mean in terms of, you know, material things, but what is it that you add to this person? How do you add value to this relationship, or how are you planning on adding value to your marriage? I know I bang on about self-development, but honestly it's not because I like sounding like a broken record, but I think it's so important. A lot of us fail to realize that the people that we are now will be the same people that we are in our marriages. So don't think that, okay, when he comes, oh, I'll change later. No, this is the time to work on yourself. You want to be married and you can't even pray. Now I'm not sitting here saying that you should be praying for hours and hours and hours on end. If you can, that's good for you, but you should be able to support your family through prayer. You should be able to support your husband through prayer. You should be able to work up a storm, honestly, in your prayer room. Marriage is not easy, and I think people forget that. People don't look past the white gown and being on Bella Niger. It's going to be a challenge. Spending time being with someone for the rest of your life is not going to be an easy thing. There will be trials and tribulations. You need to know how to pray. You need to know what to do. You need to know who your support system is. So this is a time to build the people around you, build your friends, build up yourself. Because being married, being in a serious relationship, it's not about you. I've learned that marriage is all about serving. You're serving the other person. You really need to be selfless. What can you do to better this person? How can you be a helper? How can you be a helpmate? We as females, we are created to be a helpmate. How can you help your husband, your man, fulfill his destiny, fulfill his vision? What are his plans? How can you assist him in that? Like I said, it goes back to what I was saying about being able to pray. How can you pray with him? How can you pray for him? What can you do? What do you offer? What can you bring to the table? A lot of us have attitudes that stink, like attitudes that stink, yet we want to be in a relationship. Beauty fades, but who are you as a person? What's your attitude like? A lot of us are selfish, so self-centered, yet we want to be married. This is a time to work on those flaws. I feel like this is a time where God has just been taking so many things out of me as a person, as an individual. You have to be teachable, and I find that sometimes I get a bit annoyed when people correct me, or when people, you know, tell me, okay, this is not how you're supposed to do this, or you're meant to do that. I have an issue sometimes when it comes to taking constructive criticism, especially when it's from people that are around me. For instance, the other day I was driving with my sister, and she made a comment. She said something along the lines of, "You can go now," and I was fuming. I was like, you haven't even had a driving lesson, let alone a driver's license, and you want to be telling me what to do, telling me when to go? And I was so angry, and as I was driving, I was literally like, and you know what, it's so minor now thinking about it, but that day, that time, I was so annoyed. And as I was driving, the Holy Spirit was just like to me, so your sister can't correct you? Like, what's wrong with you? You should be able to take constructive criticism. You don't know everything. You don't know it all. Say for instance that was your husband. I mean, people around you should be able to correct you. You know, I kind of calmed down and I thought, it's so true. There's so many things that we do that we don't even realize that it's actually a bad habit or not a good attitude to have. Some of us, we can barely look after ourselves, yet we want to be married. Your room is a hot mess. Your bathroom is a hot mess. You don't even clean up after yourselves, yet you're there sitting on Bella Niger, wishing, daydreaming, oh, where's bae? I want bae. Now, obviously, no one is going to be completely perfect, 100% perfect before they get married. But these are the things that we should take into consideration. You can't cook. I'm not saying that you have to be able to cook. Obviously, being a female, that's not the only thing that you should be able to offer. There's more to life than food. But you should be able to look after your home. Can you look after your home? Can you look after your kids if you're planning on having kids? Just, you know, these are the type of things that we should take into consideration. Are you financially stable? A lot of girls, I was one of them, I'm not even gonna front, oh, he has to drive this car, he has to do this, he has to do that, he has to wear this, he has to dress like that. But do you do that yourself? You're saying that he has to drive. Can you drive? I can drive now, thank God. But before I couldn't. And I was there saying, I want someone who can drive. I want someone who drives this car. You should be able to offer what you're asking for. This is a time where we should be able to identify our purpose and identify what we are placed on this earth to do. The Bible says that before you were formed, I knew you. Again, I'm paraphrasing, but I will have it down below. God knew us before we were even conceived. He sent us to this earth for a reason. He sent us to this earth for a purpose. Have you identified that yet? I feel like you can't get into a marriage if you haven't identified what you have been called on this earth to do. How are you supposed to be a helpmate? How are you supposed to be a helper when you don't even know where you're going or what direction you're going in? What you want to do and what he wants to do, they should both complement each other. You guys should be, you know, trying to head on the same path. But if you don't know what you want to do, you can easily be swayed, and you can easily just join yourself with someone who's, you know, completely opposite to you, who's on a completely different mission, completely different journey to you. So you need to be able to identify, okay, what has God called me to do? What am I supposed to do? And a lot of us forget that this is the time where we can actually achieve and do these things. When you're married and when you have kids, believe it or not, I'm speaking like I know, but I've heard a lot of people say this, you won't have as much time on your hands as you used to. You don't have a husband to cook for. You don't have to do cleaning. You don't have kids to feed. You just have basically yourself. So this is the time to hone in on any skills, to sort of find out, okay, what is it that I've been called to do? What do I need to do? What do I enjoy doing? We should be able to enjoy our own company. A lot of us cannot even stand being single for more than 2 months. A lot of people jump from relationships to relationships. You should be able to enjoy your own company. Date yourself. Get to know yourself. You know, find out new things about yourself. This is a time where we should be going after careers, after our passion. There's just so many things that we can do. The world is literally our oyster, and there's so much to do and so much to see out there, and there's so many new people to meet. You can always make new friends. There's loads of people out there. Go out, you know, speak to new people and just enjoy your life. I've said this before and I'll say it again. There is so much more to life than being married and to being in a relationship. Obviously it's something that I want, and I know it's something that you guys want, but try to sort of just take your mind off of that just for now. I know you guys email me and you're like, oh Jen, you know, I'm still single, or this guy broke my heart, or you know, we've broken up, should I get back together with him? Take it as a sign. Sometimes you just need a breather. Why has God taken you out of that situation? There's this meme that I've seen several times, like floating around on Instagram, and it's a meme of Christ and a little girl with like a teddy, and God's taken the teddy away from her, and then he has like a bigger teddy, and that's behind his back. You can't see the bigger picture. God can see the bigger picture. Our vision is extremely limited. So see, why has he taken me out of this situation? He could be actually taking you out to actually save you from harm. You don't know, and we will never know, but I trust that he knows best. So if you're out of a situation, if you've just, you know, come out of a relationship, obviously I know it hurts. I definitely know it hurts. I know that. But trust me, better days are ahead. There's no way that you will stay crying and stay upset forever. It's just not possible. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you all in my next video.